Hey, friends! This time I have a TV movie for you. One that tells the tale of two ex-vaudeville performers who become, of all things, Prohibition agents taking on Dutch Schultz. We're talking about Izzy and Moe, a comedy from 1985. Our story goes like this. It's the 1920s and Prohibition is in full force in the United States. So are the gangsters of the era, running booze and wiping out their competition with excessive gunplay. Enter Isidore Einstein, played by the great one himself, Jackie Gleason. Izzy is, among other things, a former vaudeville performer who has fallen on hard times. He has a family to support, including his crabby mother-in-law. So when the local federal office is looking for new agents to help stamp out gangsters and break up speakeasies, booze palaces, and liquor supplies, Izzy figures he can do that, despite being a bit over the hill, and he decides to give it a try, so he applies for the job. He talks the local federal officer running the team into giving him a chance, and then he recruits his ex-vaudeville partner Morris Smith to join him. Moe, played by Art Carney, isn't interested at first, but eventually starts to have fun with the new job. The team uses their smarts, disguises, and stage training to gain access to speakeasies and effect the arrest of the people running them. Despite jealous rivalry against them within the federal team, they start to have more and more success, and pretty soon are driving both their boss, as well as the gangster Dutch Schultz, crazy. But the public loves them, and Moe even finds unlikely love with a singer and owner of a speakeasy. But the fun is about to take a sinister turn as they make more high-profile arrests. Forces are set in motion against the duo. This is an interesting film in a couple of ways. This was the last time Gleason and Carney worked together, Gleason dying in 1987. They were, of course, famous as neighbors Ralph Cramden and Ed Norton on The Honeymooners, and several revivals of The Honeymooners over the years. Jackie Cooper directed the feature. As a kid, he was one of the Little Rascals, but you may remember him best as Perry White in the Superman movies. The real Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. Believe it or not, Izzy and Moe were real guys. Although the movie points out in a preamble at the beginning that this is a fictionalized account of their adventures, they were real. The real pair made over 4,900 arrests with a conviction rate of 95%. They were responsible for the confiscation of 5 million gallons of booze with a retail price tag of $15 million. And they did all of this without carrying weapons, making the vast majority of their raids and arrests, well, unarmed. Their rise to the top stopped in 1925, though, when an uptight superior at the head office laid off any agents who were profiled in the press too much or who had otherwise earned a degree of fame. Izzy wrote a book about their exploits, and the pair later went on to great success, selling insurance. So, okay, is the picture any good? Well, sort of. As I say, it is interesting. While you do get a fair sense of immersion in the time period, this is kind of a light comedy, really, so it isn't as big as the material might deserve. And it didn't get any awards, but it's serviceable and looks fine. it mostly looks like the 1920s. The supporting cast is alright, no real washouts there. The script is okay, but it has a few weak spots in places. The real downside is that both Gleason and Carney look a bit tired here, as they were fairly well on in age, and they simply lacked the energy to do too much. And Gleason seems a bit ill too. They do play off one another well though, and it's nice to see them team up one last time. I'm giving Izzy and Moe 1 3/4 paws. It's okay, and we get to see Gleason play a slightly different character than we're used to. The picture may not be a rip-roaring comedy, but it is very amiable, if nothing else. The print I saw on Amazon Prime looked kinda crappy, to be honest, like low-res video scaled up. The movie is on DVD, maybe that would look better than the source Amazon Prime has, I don't know. But if you can live with the spotty video quality, I say go ahead, give this one a spin. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.